It's time!
Oh, is it back o'clock already?
And woe is Rusty.
I remember back in
Or,
my day, we used to have back o'clock, and we still do. It's still back o'clock.
for I am sad.
Why are you sad, Rusty?
I am sad, Nathan, because once again, year after year, I was not invited to the Met Gala. And so we're going to start our episode with a review of every outfit that was at the Met Gala because they didn't invite me again.
Rusty, did
Just
they
kidding.
Not invite you again?
We're not doing that. It's time to play some games. All right, so where we left off, we were about to challenge the Ice Gem with my Mono Dark team, which you can see on the left via our tracker from PokeLink. Jez is hard at work on that all the time. It's always getting updated. And it auto tracks anything you can emulate, meaning that this generation is the only generation that's currently not auto tracked. But it's still quite a good tracker on its own. And I actually, since starting to stream Pokemon, I've actually started using the tracker even when I'm not streaming. It's
just like really handy to have.
It's
got like a built-in Pokedex and everything.
It's an incredible tool. Speaking of incredible tools, Ian is not here tonight. He's at a Smash tournament. I'm sorry, Ian.
I'll get back at you, Hud. Watch the rod.
Go ahead and clip that. Before we get to do anything, we're gonna give a bunch of candy. What did I say? We're gonna flavor blast all my Pokemon with candies.
Candy.
Swords Dance. I don't want a dumb thing like Swords Dance, do I? Yes, I do. I think I want Night Slash over Throat Chop. Throat Chop is a little bit more damage, but it's a little more situational, and Night Slash crits a lot. So we're going to keep Swords Dance. You'll also notice that he now has Stone Edge for this gym.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm getting distracted by looking on this clip and.
Oh, so Pink SSB in the chat is not actually Ian.
Should be.
Oh, is he watching?
He probably is watching.
Did he hear my incredible burn?
I have no idea.
He is here. Do I want Hyper Voice? 90 damage. It's definitely going to be better than Headbutt once he evolves.
Yeah.
Sure. It will probably be forgotten really quickly, but...
Yeah.
My boy!
Your boy?
He's evolving!
He is!
Ian, what I had said was...
hold on. I'm about to post it.
He's gonna... Nathan's gonna post the link. Zvylus!
Silas? Feed the babies.
I don't think I actually want Dark Pulse.
Dark Pulse. You should be specially oriented.
Yeah, but right now I've got Air Slash for Stab and Steel Wing for the Ice Gem. I can always relearn Dark Pulse later.
You can always go back and relearn Dark Pulse later.
Mm-hmm. How did I do the math so wrong? Oh well. Does each tier of candy just double the amount of experience it gives?
I don't know. All I know is that each level of candy does X amount of EXP, which is different than a normal rare candy, which all that a rare candy does is give you whatever amount of the experience points you have left to gain another level. So, if you're one experience point away from growing a level, all a rare candy will do is give you one experience point.
Yes. What is laser focus?
I believe it turns your next move into a critical.
Oh, I don't think I actually want that. Ponyard's job is to have an incredible moveset. Get stab on a ton of things. Not stab, super effective. My boy! Actually, I think Ponyard is a lady.
Child. Now that's a huggable Pokemon.
I don't know if I agree with you on the huggability. Do we need to rate Pokemon on the huggability scale?
You know, Rusty, what's the Pokemon I always say has the most extreme body?
Is extreme body an ability something has? Like warm body, but extreme?
Honestly, it does have flame body. It's Slugma, the living pile of lava.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Dragon Rush. You'll be useful for about 10 minutes.
Well, think about Dragon Rush, Rusty. Look, scroll down to Dragon Rush. What's the accuracy?
Yeah, and I have hustle.
Hustle.
Yeah.
75 accuracy with hustle. It'll hit really hard when it hits.
What level is Boney M gonna evolve at?
High.
Yeah, I know it's high.
$54.
Well, we'll get it there. It's time.
Is it time?
Fight.
Rusty, you're gonna need to do a lot of editing of your tracking.
Oh yeah, that'll probably take a really, really long time and be super frustrating, huh?
Rusty, normally it would be, but thanks to patreon.com/Pokelink, which you can get to if you type !link into the chat, updating your tracker is a snap, even in generations that don't have automatic tracking.
I can't keep track. Is ice weak to ground or is ground weak to ice?
Ground is weak to ice. I think Bone Rush is probably not going to be very useful in this upcoming gen.
Right.
Forever.
Well, it's good for getting rid of those pesky electric types that are trying to ruin your day. As a flying type.
Pressing Roost so you're not weak to electric moves anymore, and letting your Toxic take them out.
It's fair and valid.
Yes, it's like the optimal move against, like, Magneton.
I do not want Screech.
Victory Screech.
Finally! Horror Wheel! 110 damage.
It's high base power, but you don't always have control over its type.
I will always have stab with it.
Yes, unless you get hit by, like, Soak. Just scale swap Protean onto it. That way you'll always have stab on it. Protean's not even an ability in this game.
No, but it kind of is.
A thing like Protean is.
A thing exactly like Protean is.
A thing that's Protean but with a different name for some reason.
I can't believe they didn't just do Protean.
Welcome to Pokemon. Vital Spirit and Insomnia are different abilities for some reason, and for some reason Delibird has both.
But Rusty, you might ask, why does Starcross have a hard stone? Let me tell you, Stone Edge. In the Ice Gym.
You'll probably want to swap that Eviolite over to Zorb, too.
You are not wrong.
Oh, Rusty, if you told me every time I wasn't wrong about Pokemon, you'd be saying that a whole lot.
There is a reason that I have a Nathan was wrong emote, is because we don't use it every time you say something. What does Puniard want?
Leftovers is great.
Leftovers is great. I'm just looking at what I've got. Make sure. Metal Coat might also be good, especially for this gem. Just give me a little bonus.
Maybe a little bump.
Probably doesn't need it, though. Yeah, good stats and probably over-leveled. Yeah, I like Leftovers. He's got a decent amount of HP.
Yep.
Or does Boney M want Leftovers?
Boney M always likes its healing. Especially on, I would say, like, Boney M is probably, like, the best thing with Leftovers. But Pokemon that are kind of slowish, like Bisharp is, tend to get the most usage out of lefties.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to sweep with Ponyard just to see how he goes. But I've got that... I'm going to Gigantamax Absol with that Stone Edge to give it better accuracy and damage and just sweep everything at the end if Ponyard can't hack it.
Her ace is Lapras, so Lapras is not weak to steel moves.
It is weak to dark moves, or rock moves.
It is weak to rock moves, right?
Yes. My plan stands.
Yep.
I don't think it has, like, Aura Sphere to just ruin my Absol's day.
I don't think Lapras gets Aura Sphere.
Or any fighting moves. Or
I can't think of a fighting move that it would get.
Or bug moves. Does it have... It might have a fairy move. Does it get, like... I don't know. A fairy move? I'm not worried about it. My plan is perfect.
It does get a fairy move. It's called Charm.
Okay. Oh, I need to actually change my mons. I see
no fighting or bug moves. I would say that it does. So it does have one bug move, Mega Horn.
Oof.
But Lapras has the same attack as special attack, actually. Back in Gen 5, you did see occasionally people run physical Lapras because it gets Dragon Dance. But its special move pool is way better.
All right, my tracker should be all caught up. Looks like
Wait
it.
a minute. Tracker? I hardly know it.
Ha. Ha.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Bonk. Oh, I lost. It all went to weed.
Well, he said it all went to pot, and pot is just hot backwards with an H instead of a T.
You know what,
You know what
Nathan?
that means?
When you're right, you're not wrong. Moonball.
Moon.
Wouldn't it be great if they just put a big old pair of shiny cheeks on the moonball? Little sparkle gleam on it.
The throwing animation is just a little puff of green gas.
What would it be better at catching? Ghastly and wheezing, obviously.
Sarina.
Okay, Nathan. You're a monster.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Aha.
Well done.
Gym Trainer
Smile
Lewis.
upon this day, the day that Rusty did not fall in a hole.
Oh, Bisharp has digitigrade legs.
Yeah, he's been backwards too.
I'm proud of you.
You know,
I actually seriously didn't know that about Bisharp until... Oops. What were you saying? Oops.
people, especially back in the day, really ragged on Gen 5. Like, Gen 5, especially here lately, has kind of gone through a bit of a nostalgia renaissance, with people really liking, harkening back to it back in the day. But when it came out, and I will freely admit that I was kind of on this train too, people really hated some of the Gen 5 content. And I think a lot of them have only gotten better with age. And Pokemon like Bisharp and Crocodile are some of the coolest designed Pokemon. Chandelure is another one that people just think is one of the coolest things on the planet Earth. Darmanitan fucking slaps.
Yeah, I really like Chandelure, and Pawniard is a friggin' Power Ranger. I don't know.
Bisharp is just a cool looking Pokemon.
Yeah.
There's no getting around.
How did aged kids, not like the Power Ranger Pokemon?
Well, and kids are always. It wasn't kids who were driving that, it was gentlemen. Yeah.
Okay.
Pokemon look like Digimon now. Kind of
No, there's
flashback Pokemon. They're
like
better ideas.
early stage Digimon look kind of like Pokemon, but I think it was Karina of Drawfee said it best. Like the evolution chain of Digimon gets wild. It goes like Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Charizard with a belt, Professor Oak in BDSM gear, Ditto, and it branches from there.
Well, Digimon all start out as just like a little head. So it's like Charmander's floating head. Then it's Charmander. Then it's like Charizard, but it's got like a yin-yang sign like emblazoned into his chest. And then it's going to be like Charizard but wearing armor. And then like Charizard but like with a giant Gatling gun. And that's how Digimon are designed.
That was the step I missed before Professor Oak in BDSM gear.
Yeah, and then they're like humans with like scantily cladness.
If you're not watching Drawfee, you should watch Drawfee. Chat. They are a delight. There are a bunch of artists from Dorkly who branched off when Facebook ruined Dorkly. And now they are their own thing, and they are incredible. They give themselves all sorts of art challenges and live stream themselves doing the art live stream. So you can tell the little sensor on this really frustrates me, so I just kind of brute force my way through it. I don't think it's good.
Yeah, this puzzle, not one of the hits.
And it's really forgiving in that it teleports you back to safety.
Yeah.
So, like, why not? Fight me. IRL. Do it. You won't.
I don't think this puzzle has an aha, which is why I don't think I like it.
Yeah.
It's like, did I feel the vibration? If not, I have to walk again.
Oh, I'm using a controller. I don't even get the vibration.
Yeah.
Also, I pulled out my little not pro controller. It's from Power A, which makes some good controllers, but this one is ass. That Power A has made some real bangers, but this one
They're very hit or miss.
This one feels like a piece of garbage. It feels like the $20 I spent on it.
Yeah.
Which I guess you get what you pay for.
And it's not like they don't have a visual cue, but
Oh, especially in the snow here. It's bad. In the snow blindness. See, I would swear I walked over that spot earlier.
but with like your traditional ice puzzles, there's like an aha moment, like, oh, if I get to there and then I get to there, I can use that to go there.
Right. Yeah, you kind of learn the room and figure out a
or like you get to the or you see where the destination is, work backwards from it.
Right.
And that can lead to a satisfying aha moment. Same thing with strength puzzles. There's an aha moment.
Yeah, you want to with any kind of puzzle, you want to solve the puzzle before you solve the puzzle. You want to figure out. You want to be stumped. You want to figure out how to do it, and then you want to do it. Like there's 3 steps. If you're missing any one of those steps, and this one, I think it's missing 2 of them. It's missing the first and third, or first and second. There's not any figuring it out. He tells you how to do it. It's just represented badly. And then you're not like you said. It's missing the aha moment. You're not you're missing the moment where you're solving it, and then you do it. So it's just doing it, and it's a bad puzzle.
And that's not to say like they all have to be puzzles, quote unquote.
Right. There's a whole lot of cool things you can do in a Pokemon game with gyms.
Yeah.
Like trash cans.
I'm
sorry.
I was thinking of the first gym in this game. You're hoarding a Wooloo, but that's still pretty just like a fluid mechanic sort of like fun little like physical activity.
Right, and that is an example of the mechanics being extremely well polished. That is fun to do. Yeah. Even if it's not a puzzle, but it feels really, really well. It's very visually responsive, and the sheep kind of have a momentum to them that make it just very excellent feeling to actually accomplish.
And there are like puzzly elements about it, like you have to figure out how do I guide the sheep so that the yankers don't scare them, etc.
Right.
That doesn't really have an aha moment, but there's still like you have to use your brain, and there's a gameplay element to it that a lot of these text-based RPGs generally don't have. And I think that's a potentially good use of gym puzzles, is to give you a gameplay element, not necessarily a game where you're just spending the entire time mashing through text. I think it helps break up some of the Pokemon isn't just a bunch of text.
Right.
That Pokemon has. It gives you a gameplay element.
Another gym that I really, really liked was the first iteration of Arthur's gym. I think it's Arthur in Black and White. Not Black and White 2, where it's all the gooby-like things. But,
there's not a gym leader named Arthur. Which type?
Bug.
You're thinking of, keep wanting to say Aaron, but that's the Elite Four member.
Oh, don't do this.
Berg is his name.
Yeah. I like his gym. I actually tend to like Bug gym designs a lot. They have the Pokemon teams tend to like really do a lot with that design space.
Another one that I think is not necessarily a puzzle gym, but still offers a fun, like, movement, sort of like base puzzle, is the fighting gym in Kalos, where you kind of have to chase down the ones in the roller skates. It's all themed about, like, getting to the right, like, grinding spots.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they made the roller skates in that game really fun to pilot around. So I think that, like, changing up from like Pokemon is you have to go talk to this person and that person and then navigate a text box to select your move and stuff, and then giving it a more like quote unquote physical now you got to get to skate around and like there's a movement and execution to it. I think that's fine. I think doing that instead of a quote unquote puzzle, there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
And I actually kind of like that.
I'm
See if
so
you can take it out before it picks up the Aurora.
I'm so glad Lapras finally got an alternate form. I think we will. We've got a perfectly accurate Stone Edge that's boosted. Yeah. Yeah, we got it.
Got him. Hashtag got him.
Anyway, like I was saying, I'm so glad Lapras got another form finally. It got it really, for as popular as it is, it got it really, really late.
Yeah. I always thought that it was weird that Lapras didn't get a free evolution in like Gen 2 or Gen 4 when they were coming out.
Yeah, especially with its like early Pokedex entries where it was talking about like how it was almost extinct, and then later ones talking about how it had been bred back into
Conservation, not efforts that made Pokemon more popular.
yeah, that would have been a really great time to give it a baby form. And it's so big on its own. What does it come out the egg? Like,
yeah,
600-pound dinosaur.
Good job on your badge, by the way.
Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't super worried about it.
It did not, as Hop would say, go all to pot.
No, it didn't. It went to top.
Which is not pot.
Like, the change in the outfit is striking here.
Yeah. The bike is a bit of a clown suit.
I looked through all the different bike suits, and there really isn't a good one. If you don't like that style, it's not. There's not like a good version of it.
The Isle of Armor ones are better. They have a sleekness to them.
Yeah. Gonna click the right answer here.
Oh, Bob. Him being our uncle and such.
The slumbering wield.
Slumbering wheel. You gotta have just a little bit of Sean Connery in there. Slumbering wheel.
Let's inspect the hero's bath. Let's inspect the hero's bath.
Is that a euphemism for something the kids do these days?
Babe, you want to go inspect the bath with me?
I heard Timmy inspected the bath with her. They name kids Timmy still, right? I'll take that as a yes.
You know, actually,
Yeah.
I'm a substitute teacher for kindergartners through high school seniors.
Yeah.
And I don't think there has been a Tim at the school in a while.
Any Timothy's?
No, I don't think so. I can think of one, but this is a former student who is now actually a coworker of mine, so like quite a bit older.
Not a child.
Not a child. Was a child. Did know him as a child. when I was also a child.
Yeah. Is no longer a child.
Yeah. You could say that they don't name kids Tim anymore, or Timmy, and he could also exist, and both of those would be true. Could be true. I would say.
I love how excited Hop gets when you hit him with a super effective move.
It's like how excited Thor gets when Steve Rogers picks up the hammer. What did he say he was swapping into? I got excited by Marvel.
That would require me to have actually been watching.
Wiggles will get a weather boost no matter what it is, and Wiggles is very good. So we'll wiggle it up.
I don't think he gets a weather boost.
I mean, ice moves do.
He just won't take damage.
Ice moves don't do more damage in ice.
Nope. He may have an ability to boost it, but I don't know if he gets them. If I recall correctly.
Oh, that is a big.
Junk.
That is a big fake out.
Yeah, Weavile hits hard, by the way.
Yeah, even this is resisted. This is gonna ruin this Dillion's
Yeah, it's just
day.
pressure or pickpocket. Neither of his abilities do anything with the weather.
It's still like he's especially defensive.
Snorlax is specially defensive. You're right.
Okay.
You want to hit him with physical.
Give him just a big old punch is the way to do it. I'm starting to remember.
One of these days.
I like how Pawniard has an exoskeleton and its ribs.
Yeah.
Most things with exoskeletons don't have ribs, but Pawniard clearly does.
I wouldn't think about it too much. It's based on a bishop.
He's based on a sword.
Like a Pokemon version of the Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It's part poison, right?
Well, it's part poison?
Pincurchin?
No, pure electric.
Pure electric? Really?
Pure electric.
That's dumb.
Woogie, woogie, woogie.
I'm gonna bite it.
I'm not.
Bubble Beam is a weird move for an electric type to have.
It's like Electros, in that it wants you to think it's a water type.
Yeah.
Same with Stunfisk. They want you to think it's a water type, even though it's not.
What were they thinking,
Or a
giving
water type.
Electros levitate?
They were thinking, I don't want it to be hit by super effective moves.
Ever. What do you think about electric types only having one weakness? They have the fewest weaknesses in the game.
It's makes it a decent defensive typing. It just really what it means is that they don't interact with many other types. I mean, technically, normal type has the same distinction.
Yeah, that's fair. But it interacts with other types a lot more. Like, it's got Ghost. I guess that's it. Normal really is the least interactive type.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. But there are types that I think of that as not really interacting with others. They're just, Psychic is kind of one of the ones I think of that way. And to a certain extent, I think Fairy does too. and electric is kind of one of them. Like, obviously, that's not actually the case. Those are kind of some of the types I think of when I think of, like, I want to have a neutral matchup and may the better model.
Yeah.
The thing about electric types is that a lot of them are built to be kind of fragile, very fast, relatively powerful. And that means that a lot of electric types kind of step on each other's toes.
Yeah.
Electric is actually not a horrible defensive typing, which is why there are some really good defensive electric types, like Magnezone, Zapdos, and I have one other. Rotom. Rotom has a good defensive type.
Magnezone is also just good. It can hit like a truck if you build it right.
Yeah, Magnezone has like been a competitive staple since it's been debuted. It has the most resistances in the game, and resistances or immunities, I should say, due to its typing, and it's got great stat distribution. And it has just enough of a move pool too. This generation in particular, it's also got way better because now it can run Iron Defense and Body Press. Magnezone may actually be a little bit busted in this gen. The trade-off is it lost hidden power.
Yeah.
And,
The poor thing.
Magnezone really liked having hidden power.
Yeah. Hidden
The
power
ability
was like right on that cusp of just enough power to be worth it to cover moves. It was never like impressive, but it did what it needed to do, which is give you coverage.
Yeah. Well, the thing was that Magnet Pull was one of the few like trapping abilities that was still legal. It is still legal. So the ability to basically eliminate your opposing steel type is super duper valuable because steel types are great. And one of the ways we did that is hidden power fire. So you need to be able to do as much damage as to their steel type as you could, so that the rest of your team could overwhelm them. That's why in Gen 5, Dragmag is such a common thing. It's just, you ran a bunch of dragons at Magnezone to catch their steel type. That was literally an entire archetype.
Talking about types being offensive or defensive, Dragon needs some work in the design space, I think. It's and I've said this before, how I think that dragons are too good because they are a very defensive type, but they get the stats like an offensive type, and so they just get to be the best of both worlds.
I don't think Dragon is actually, especially now that Fairy exists, I don't think Dragon is actually all that great of a type. I think the thing that's carried dragons is that dragon types are often pseudo-legends, or just generally speaking, have well-distributed stats or just raw high base stat totals.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I think that's what's made dragons good, but I don't think it's necessarily virtue of their typing so much as just the stats of the Pokemon that happen to be that. Dragon Dance is one of the best setup moves in the game, if not the best setup move in the game. And so I think those have kind of carried Dragon's success. Dragon is also not a horrible offensive typing, not so much because it hits stuff. The only thing Dragon hits super effectively is Dragon. Nothing's weak to Dragon except Dragon. But because the only thing that resists it is Steel. and now fairy.
Right.
So back in the day, before they introduced fairy type, dragon is very spammable for that reason, which is why you saw teams with 4, 5, 6
Whoa.
dragons in them.
It's why Lance was such a monster. 3 Dragonites was just unbeatable. You almost had to have a Lapras on your team or just be super over leveled. A Lapras or a Jinx, I guess.
There are advantages and disadvantages to Dragon Skin. But it was absolutely, especially like in Gen 5, really, really common. There's a whole archetype built around just spamming dragons. And again, I don't think that's necessarily a virtue of dragon typing so much as the stats of the Pokemon and move pools of the Pokemon that happen to be dragon type. Like I said, what made it a good offensive typing wasn't so much that it hit things super effectively like ice or electric or fire, but it's just that not a whole lot resisted. Said back in those days, it was only steel. So, I think with the advent of fairies, that's really cut down on dragon spam, and I think now that we live in a post-fairy era, I don't think dragon is quite as impressive of a type. It's decently defensive, and it gets the coveted position of resisting all 3 starter types, which is really good. But I don't think it's an amazing.
And dragons tend to have a secondary type that make them weak to one of those.
Yeah. Having a 4x weakness, like a lot of dragons do, is also kind of a check. But what was I saying?
You don't think, as a type, it's dragons that good?
Yeah, but like and resisting fire, water, grass, and electric is not a bad defensive type. But a lot of those Pokemon, especially, are going to be especially water types, are going to be carrying those ice covers. They still have that vulnerability.
Right.
I don't think you necessarily have to like carry a Lapras to beat Lance, for example, but it's very rare that I wouldn't recommend you have at least one water type.
I always think Pangoro is grass. I know how it evolves. I always think
it
it's
does have a
fighting
little plant in its mouth.
I always think it's fighting grass. Okay, let's Ponyard.
That defense is unfortunate.
No, it wasn't.
Diet boost is fortunate.
Yeah, it's gonna hit like a truck if it hits, but I'm also fast. No, I'm not. I'm a little slow.
I would say Bisharp's not super duper slow, but it's on the slower side.
Also, he used the wrong move, so he dies. Also, you were super right about Defiant triggering a whole lot.
Bisharp has base 70 speed. That's not like super duper slow, but it's not fast.
Yeah. I was grinding, what are they called? The raid things.
Raid battles?
Yeah, I was grinding them earlier today. And Every fight that I used by Sharp End, he got a Defiant boost at least once. Most of them, he got to 5 very quickly.
Yeah, especially in raids where they do those moves that, like, Max Strike will just lower everybody's stats. Yeah, Bisharp can be really good.
Bisharp is really, really good.
Yeah. And, like, I really like Bisharp in competitive because it, like, punishes Defog and punishes, like, Intimidate and stuff like that. And I think Defiant pairs really well with Sucker Punch. Because he doesn't have, like, amazing speed, so having a really powerful, really scary priority move like that is really good.
This has a trapping move, doesn't it?
Yes.
This is a bad place to be.
It's not an amazing one.
I'm at a 4x disadvantage to its stab.
Yes, you are.
And he's got a trapping ability.
He doesn't have a trapping ability, he has a trapping move.
Oh. So I could have just run.
You could have, yes. He does not have a trapping ability. He has a move, his signature move, Octolock, has a trapping aspect to it.
Gotcha. Well,
his ability does not trap you. I think his ability is loop.
I thought he had like Arena Trap or some new version of renamed version of Arena Trap. But I'm wrong. And I was actually fine to run away. And would have, because Weavile is a fast little piece of shit.
It is. Weavile good.
Ah! TR over there.
Pick it up.
Instead of just driving circles around it, I know. I'm trying.
You found a big pearl.
And I'm over leveled, so I don't need to fight anybody here. Oop. Oh. I need zoom lens.
Zoom lens is what gives you accuracy. Scope lens is what raises your critical hit ratio.
Yeah, I want zoom lens for my Zord.
Probably wouldn't hurt. I would still say that Eviolite is your best item on it until you evolve, though, because Eviolite is just really good. Anything that boosts by 1.5 times is good.
And I don't have to use a move for it. It just does.
Yeah.
Bye, Sharp! To me! Brick break the shit out of everything.
He's gonna be breaking them bricks.
Did I just hear a crunchy boy?
He did. He's being a little squeaky boy right now. I'm gonna take this opportunity while you're between gyms to go walk a very squeaky boy, so I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Actually, I wanted to take 5 to go grab a drink of water.
Okay, do you want to do that after Marnie then?
Yeah, let's do that. I'll get through this fight, and then you can walk away to walk your boy, and I'll walk away to a drink.
I think that sounds like a plan. You just have to not lose to Marnie, the superior dark type trainer.
Okay. I just have to not get swept by her.
One not dark type toxic.
What can she threaten me with?
Toxic rope. It's not dark type. It just randomly has a non-dark type.
It looks dark though.
Now that is also a dark fighting type that should be scary.
Should it?
But one shot. Vice Sharp has base 70 speed, which means that you should be outspeeding everything that you have a significant level advantage over. But if you are near things in level, then you might start getting messed up.
Yeah.
He looks like a relatively agile Pokemon, so you could be fooled into thinking it's a fast Pokemon.
I keep getting the message that it's dozing off and must be sleepy.
Yeah. Those are just random bits of flavor text. And they, the reason is because you've been feeding them at camp.
The reason is that I have been?
Yes. The only way to not have those messages show up is to not have them.
Ever.
Yep.
But I can make them go away briefly by feeding them again?
No. They're just random.
Cool. Cool game.
Yep. Same with the little bounces they do. When they come out of their Pokeball. Or start a turn. Top needs are good.
All right, we'll be back in a couple minutes.
We'll be back.
I will and I have. Welcome back.
Ah, your return.
Yes. Let me skip the scenes now. Please. Please to let me skip the scenes. Why does this city have a roof?
So that is it's dark. It's a dark gym city.
The buildings all have roofs, but they are in a city that also has a more bigger roof.
So it's dark. It's the dark gym. You don't want sun in the dark gym town.
It's not like there's a bigger, richer city on top of the Undercity, like in Final Fantasy VII. It's not like...
I don't know how many times you want me to say dark, my guy.
It's like they wanted to be able to put a door on the city. Hold on, mate. If you're going to take the gym mission, you better change into your uniform. If you're looking for the gym leader, he's straight ahead from here.
I just like how he's like, strip.
You want to get past me, but I don't want that. It's like a battle of our desires.
You're fighting for superiority of dark type gym leader.
I like Scissor's going to do better here. No, it's not. Brick Break is 4 times. Whatever, I'll still one-shot it.
Got him. You can just say, said that you were preserving power points, and that way, like, save face.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. What he said.
I almost got you there, Rusty.
There's some kind of invisible wall. I can't get through no matter how hard I try. Man, can you imagine like a D&D campaign and you run into this wall and the DM was like, there's an invisible wall. You can't get through no matter how hard you try. Can you imagine what the players... every group that I've ever played with would be like, okay, we got to get through this wall and there's an ability that we have that will let us do it.
Hey, Rusty, are you telling me this because you're DMing our campaign?
I'm saying not
subtle.
I'm saying not just you, but anybody. The personality of a person who enjoys playing D&D is going to make them want to brute force a puzzle like that.
Yep. You know what else makes you want to brute force karate chopping a class?
No, but it makes designing challenges and puzzles in D&D like an interesting challenge.
Yeah.
Because you can't do messages like you get in a video game.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
There has to be a psychological element to this.
Mm-hmm. If I want you to walk into a room and immediately turn around to see the guys that have pinchered behind you, there's... I can't just say, well, there's nothing here. You gotta turn around. Go! I just realized that.
Yeah.
I'm yelling for no reason. God, I love these grunts. It's been a long time since I've looked at this dialogue. I usually just spam through it.
Oh, and the guy just fell 10 feet. He's in good enough shape to throw a Pokemon at you. Probably fine.
Pawniard is a really good pick for this gym. He's going to resist just about everything. He's fast enough to outspeed or tie most dark types that are going to be here.
He gets a level advantage at least.
He gets great coverage. What?
He does have a lot of options in coverage moves.
He's got the stats to just really give him the bonk.
Get him on, Rusty.
I've never used a Pawniard or Bisharp.
It got better once Default got put up. And I really want there to be more Pokemon that can use Defiant or competitive because of that. Bisharp's really the only competitive Defiant I want.
Yeah.
Milotic to a certain extent. As we saw in that one screen.
Oh yeah, Weavile is going to outspeed. Weavile is kind of bonkers.
Weavile is very fast.
Yeah, if I could just... If I could just use 2 Pokemon, it would be Weavile and something. For the Mono Dark, probably Pawniard, maybe Absol. But the stab that Pawniard gets that Absol doesn't on Steel types gives it a little bit of an edge, I think.
I think you need your Steel type.
Those 2 leave me really weak to fire, but
And that also leaves you really weak to fighting. So there's no elegant solution.
Yeah.
I think if you were trying to pick out which 2 of your Pokemon would be able to take on the broadest pool of Pokemon, Mandibuzz is probably in the conversation.
Yeah, its toxic stalling is really good. I love this half-dressed grunt.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't have time to get in there.
Well, and you know what that means. It means that they took the time to come up with his model and his animations, which are all different than the standard fat guy grunt. They put a lot of work into this joke, is what I'm saying.
They put a whole lot of work into making this gym into a joke. Oh, I flinched the Drapion. Okay. That's funny. Poor guy.
Oh, Josh. I guess he's the only one that has a name. It said his name was Joshua. The others are just Grunt.
Yeah. Go on and face the gym leader. My brother.
Brother. Think you can do it, Rusty?
No. I think this is the first time I'm gonna wipe.
He's the superior dark type.
Whoa. Is it him or is it Marnie? Or is it those pants? Those pants are the superior dark type trainer.
Marnie, on paper, has a big advantage because she just strictly stick to dark types. She's got the one fighting type.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no, Rusty, you're getting your attack low.
What will I do? Oh. His Intimidate actually boosted me by a stage. It's wonderful. Bonk.
Back.
Intimidate me again. Just gonna press the win button.
Why is Duffy didn't use instruct?
Malamar is part psychic.
Yes, dark type.
I have a plan for that.
Is it the 4-time super effective move on your selection list?
It is.
Now hit this guy with the super effective move.
Oh, he's actually going to get me with his sucker punch. Because he telegraphs sucker punch and then toxic.
I don't think you have to worry so much about toxic.
No, I was literally just thinking, well, I could swap into Bisharp and get rid of the and block the toxic, but I've already got Bisharp out. I'll just take it. Yep, there we go.
You resist.
I kind of wanted a flawless fight, but whatever.
You would have had a KO there if you picked Iron Type.
Because it's part poison and it resists Brick Break.
It's neutral to Brick Break, but Iron Head has stat.
Right.
But, I think you were fine.
Yeah.
I was curious if the Obstagoon was going to outspeed you and KO you with, I think it knows Brick Break, which would have been 4x. Obstagoon is actually kind of fast. Base 95 speed. It's not bad.
Oh, they're so sad. Excuse me.
You're excused.
Snarl.
Snarl.
It's too late in the game to really
Yeah, I
want
was
it.
just gonna say, a little low on base pack.
Especially with, like, really powerful TRs being available extremely early in the game. You can, like, at level 10, grind for an hour and get a hold of, like, Earthquake and Fire Blast and...
Yep.
It takes you, like, an hour each, so, like... You have to invest some time to get super overpowered, but... Like, even one Earthquake early on in the game on something is just... It's really ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let's give Zord a walk. Just to see how he's doing.
He's going to walk on the wild side.
Mealy meow! Police officer that didn't immediately escalate tensions. Unrealistic.
Well, there's an element of realism to it. I mean, there's a lot of people there in distress, and
He's just standing doing nothing. Where's Leon? Yuck. That was my Goofy impression.
thanks, man.
My Kingdom Hearts 1 Goofy.
This section definitely could use a little more show and not tell.
Yeah. I mean, we could have had a Dynamax fight on the bridge. Lee didn't need to do that. It should have been me. Okay, so we're getting close to the end. We're probably not going to end tonight. We're not going to end tonight. We might end next week if we really rush it.
While you're here, don't forget that little side path down there.
Yeah. So my question is, between steel, grass, and rock, what would you like to see next?
Big question. The answer is I can breed all of them, obviously.
Wow, this was a bad Pokemon to bring out. I guess I've got Crunch.
You have a super effective one.
He's really flat. He's really like turtle. Let's talk about Xylus. he's just really wide. Pessimian is just fighting, right?
You're fighting. Hope you hit your next move.
Me too. I did it.
I was believing.
Do I have a scope lens?
You do have a scope there.
But I want the zoom lens. Do I have a zoom lens?
You actually want a wide lens.
A wide lens. Do I have a wide lens?
I don't know.
Oh. It had to happen eventually.
Had to have.
Poltegeist has big Diglett energy. In that, I want to know about the part that I can't see. I want to know everything about the part that I can't see.
I mean, presumably it's just its goopy body in the shape of whatever container it's in. Like, you know, most liquids.
But what would it look like without... Is it a liquid?
Presumably.
Is it human or is it dancer?
One might argue neither.
Is it Gooby or is it dancer?
Are you Gooby? Or
Are you dancer? Does it sound like when you shake it?
So, I'm not saying you're doing things wrong, but you could have just flown here. And even if you didn't want to fly here, you could have biked.
We talked about the aesthetic of the bike suit.
Yeah. I like how Weavile, and when it's getting in its little healing pose, it looks like a toddler that just walked into your room that was like, I just threw up.
It doesn't look or sound sick. It looks like it might be in trouble, but probably not. But it definitely needs help. Yeah.
There's a shiny right there. You found it.
Don't worry.
It's totally going to be something you use in battle.
So you didn't answer my next run.
Oh, I have no preference. You should do whatever you find most interesting.
See, I find all three of those interesting next, and I'm looking for some input to help me decide.
We can put up a straw poll.
For all the people watching.
I mean, let's like send it out there.
Yeah. We should probably be advertising these runs on the forums.
I have been.
Oh, okay.
This particular one, I have not been posting it when you go live just because I keep forgetting to. But when I upload them, I put them in the forums.
Okay. Do we get engagement on the YouTube?
Presumably. Some. But whenever I post the VODs, I put them on the YouTube, I put them on the Twitter, I put them on my Tumblr, I put them in the Nuzlocke forums, I put them in the Discord for the Nuzlocke forums, and I put them in the Discord for r/. And on the ones that we use PokeLink, I also put them in PokeLink.
Yeah.
I would actually say that the Nuz forums are the best archive of our comments. You could also just go on the playlist tab of our YouTube.
Hey, this is the final gem.
Ooh. Are you ready to fight the dragon?
The dragon. Baby dragon.
I believe you. I believe in you. I think you can do it.
This would be an embarrassing time to fuck up.
Raihan is a rough battle, and doubles is different than singles. I think they do something kind of clever in that they give you Snarl, which is a doubles-oriented move, just before you fight it.
Yeah.
Snarl is actually a pretty good move in doubles.
I'm not going to use it, though. Wow, this symbol sure
Yeah, that
is
was a long time.
sticking around for a minute. I want this hoodie in real life.
I bet people are making it.
Yeah, that's me, Sebastian.
I do not remember the order. If this is the sun, the hail, or the rain guy. The rain guy.
Looks like it's the rain guy. It's fine. Making my boys all wet.
No, not my boys.
My boys.
You moisten the boys.
Weavile doesn't have an ice move. Oops.
Yeah, you may want to correct that. Before, you know, the
Oops.
dragon gym.
I have a spot between fights, right? Yeah.
Did you literally delete Ice Crash?
Not on, no, this is Pawniard.
I was gonna say.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right. No, I have Icicle. Yeah, I have Icicle Crash. Okay. Well, then, let's redo what I want to do here. An Icicle Crash the Sligoo. And we'll Iron Head the Pelipper.
Water resist steel.
Demon resist steel. I'm getting rid of the threat.
Doobie boy. The threat of a doobie boy. What were you saying you wanted? Dragon, steel, and... That you wanted to do next?
No, between grass and rock and steel.
If I had to pick of the three, rock is my favorite type.
Does it change your opinion at all if I told you that I was going to attempt to do a mono fossil run for my mono rock team?
No, not really.
Okay.
But I think it does kind of leave you out of a lot of cool rocks.
Well, I'm going to look at it, but that's kind of my thought. I kind of like giving myself weird restrictions, and I feel like I'm getting pretty good at monotypes. So giving myself a little additional one. And rock is a really good offensive type, so giving myself another restriction on that one.
Yep.
Let me... Okay, Ooh. Just gonna reorganize everything here real quick.
Also, getting the safety goggles, they give you access to it just before you take on the gym-themed around weathers. They're very smart like that. Giving you rock slide just before you do the doubles gym. I see what they're doing. There are a lot of very smart little secret design elements here.
Scopelins. Nope, only the scope. Okay. Hup. Does anything want safety goggles more than what it has? I actually don't really think so.
It's a potentially useful item, but I think it's better to just focus on offensive power. You do have to wonder, though, most of your Pokemon are carrying an item that boosts their type move. Are you going to use that type of move against Raihan?
Right.
For example, if you look at Fluffles, 2 of his Pokemon are immune to electric, and 1 of them resists it. So I don't think you're going to use a whole lot of electric type moves in that particular battle. So maybe potentially rearranging its item might give you better returns.
Like a Miracle Seed to boost
the seed bomb that you might use against his Gigalith.
Yep. Gigalith is about the only thing I'm going to put Fluffles out on, though. King's Rock.
If I recall correctly, he leads with Gigalith Flygon, and then has Sandaconda, and then Duraludon.
Yeah, Fluffles probably doesn't have a big use here.
Even just like, you're probably going to be not using Stone Edge a whole lot in that battle, at least. Now, you may want to may not necessarily use the same items for the final battle as you use for these preliminary battles.
Yeah, I actually kind of like Scope Lens on him because I've got Night Slash, right?
Scope Lens does have some synergy with Night Slash. If I recall correctly, that gives you 50% chance of crits.
And his ability, it doesn't matter that it doesn't...
Justified means that you don't get the auto crits that you would if you were Super Luck.
Yeah, but yeah, Super Luck doesn't stack with Scope Lens.
It does.
It does?
Yes. It would auto crit if you had Super Luck and Scope Lens and had a crit boosting move. But since you only have 2 of those, I think it gives you 50% chance of crit, which is still good. If you were to give him a Scope Lens, that means that you would have a 50% chance of getting a crit with it. Assuming you're using a move with boosted critical hit.
Right. I can't remember. Does fire resist fairy?
Yes.
Damn. Turtonator kind of fucks my whole shit up, huh?
It's better to go after him with, say, ground or rock.
Did I miss? I missed. Ruining your shell trap. Icicle Crash. Probably. Is it better to just fight on or swap out? I'm gonna. What have I got? Xylus probably. Turtonator doesn't hit super hard as a dragon, so Xylus is probably all right.
It's probably a safe bet that the Turtonator has a dragon.
Right, but
Whether
it's not a particularly offensive one, and I have.
He's probably not picking a dragon type move right now. He's probably going to pick Shell Dragon.
Right, and what I'm thinking is that if Ninetales survives here, it's absolutely going to flamethrower Wiggles.
Probably.
So I'm going to swap to Zord.
You would get the fire resistance.
Then I'm going to attempt to Stone Edge Turtonator again.
If you hit but don't KO, then you will activate Shell Dragon.
Well, now I'm concerned about KOing.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Quote unquote, luckily you missed.
I just can't hit the Turtonator with it, is the thing.
Guess not.
I can hit anything else just fine.
Welcome to Stone Miss. And
Perfect.
Dragon is super effective on them. You did it. Well done.
Perfect fight, no problems. I'm the best. So we had water, we had fire. Now we've got a rain team. And I need to unburn my perfect boy.
Perfect boy.
Ha! I hope you have burn heal.
Better have burn here. But going back to what I was saying earlier about like the type boosting moves, I don't know how much you're going to use Boney M as a flying type attacker, since half of his Pokemon are going to resist flying.
Right. We've had water,
Just
we've
as an
had
example.
sun. We
That
get
means you're going up against hail next.
hail. Okay. So I do want my Stone Edge. I think I want Ponyard instead of Wiggles. I get Fighting and Steel. Yeah.
If memory serves, he has Abomasnow and Hakamo'o.
Oh.
Do you know why he uses Hakamo'o in the hail? It took me a while to figure it out.
It's to fuck me up in particular.
Yes. Also because Hakamo'o's ability is Overcoat, which means it doesn't take hail damage.
Oh. It does take ice damage, though.
Yes, it's still weak to ice moves, but it does not take damage from the hail.
Oh, this is dangerous. I have to absolutely ruin this Hakamo'o, or it's gonna fight me to death.
It is fighting type.
I do not have a good way to deal with fighting types.
There's not an amazing one. You do have Boney M, and Boney M is good.
I also have Icicle Crash, so I think I just win.
That is super effective.
And I'm so fast, and I think I just win here.
You are fast and you hit hard. I would say that you have enough level advantage that Icicle Crash has a pretty good chance of
And
Loco.
Ironhead is going to default over to Obama Snow, so I win.
Yes, it is. And Ironhead is super effective because Ice keeps everything.
Basically, I'm perfect.
So I was. I actually do like the way they designed this gym. A lot of the subtle synergy of which dragon can is most synergetic with this weather is really cool, I think.
I'm going to bring out Pawniard to punch the shit out of that dragon at the end. Wiggles and Starcross should be able to handle early stuff. I feel like there's some kind of something that I'm forgetting about with his first Mon. But don't tell me, I want to deal with it on the fly.
Yeah.
But I always get surprised by the first Pokemon here that's like, oh, I have to deal with this now.
I think that adds an element of fun to it.
Yeah. It just bothers me that I know that it's coming and I don't remember what it is. You know, I've played this game on stream like 6 times now.
That's why I like doing the blind Nuzlocke when the games come out, because I kind of want to get got by the gotchas.
Yeah, for sure. He only has 4 Mons, huh?
Yes.
Does he dare try to set up?
Ooh, that's a scary prospect.
I think if he uses his good move, it's gonna. Oh, well, there we go. Oh, that still. Yep. He's gonna go for Wiggles and not Absol, is what I was gonna say. And he did.
But you did something that I think was good in that you took out the Flygon before it set up a bunch of breaking swipes.
Oh, for sure.
You dropped all of your attacks. The one thing I will say about your team is that it's generally physically oriented, but that's just kind of a quirk of dark types that they tend to be physical.
There's not a dragon out
Right now, there's not.
My boy, Zord.
They always save their Dynamax Pokemon for last. And if you were to bring it out early through usage of like Dragon Tail or something, you would they would be kept. There is no way that I can think of to prevent a gym leader from Dynamax.
Right. Haha! Did you see me get him?
I did see that you got it.
It's coming. We're gonna Night Slash the Sandaconda. And then we're going to swap to Pawniard. He's going to get big. Hopefully not ruin Pawniard. He might try to use a dragon move on Pawniard because it used to be a virus, which Pawniard would resist as a steel type. So I think I'm good. So I'm going to D-max Pawniard and win. I feel like setting up was maybe not necessary, but it also feels good.
You figured that out. I also enjoy setting up with my token.
Yes, as expected, I'm perfect.
I've been impressed. You've been kind of figuring out the logic of the AI.
I'm trying to think if there's a way I could have done better. If there was a more optimal play, and I'm having trouble coming up with one.
It depends on what you mean by optimal. Like, take the least damage, or like fewest turns.
Well, yeah, there's different ways to optimize, and I'm trying to think of in like both of those ways. I really don't think there was one. I think I set up well, I set my types well, I picked moves previously.
The only thing I can think of is like you could have used like Bony M to like heal yourself up.
That night slash almost got him even just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sword Stance is a good move.
Yeah. I am also out leveling everything. I kind of wanted to. I want to be big because I want to have a high dragon for the last fight.
Yeah.
But by virtue of that, I'm going to be over leveled.
Well, that also lets you skip some of the optional fights, which maybe.
Oh yeah, I just blasted through the ice flows.
Yeah, and the other thing is that means that if you wanted to like grind off stream, all you have to do is go back and fight the optionals.
Or get a bunch of candies to flavor blast my boys.
Or flavor blast your boys.
It's a faster way to grind. And I get TRs and items that I can sell for money. It's just better.
It is highly encouraged by the game design to do that. And the potential to run into a shiny Pokemon is not nothing.
Absolutely. Hey, Skip.
Breaking Swipe.
I wonder if that would be good on a dragon type.
Probably not your dragon type.
Yeah, that's true. Durgan.
It's a doubles-oriented move that I don't think you're going to get a whole lot of use of.
Yeah.
Maybe in the tower climb, but all of those Pokemon are resistant to Dragon anyway, so you'd only be doing it for the attack drop. So.
Yeah. Well, I think we're actually at a pretty decent stopping point here, so
yeah.
We're gonna watch this cutscene so we don't have to do it later.
Yeah. Let's watch Sonya get a lab coat. Professor Sonya! do like how it implies that to become a professor, all you have to do is put on a lab coat.
Is that not the case?
Just due to social engineering, fake it till you make it.
Well, what I'm thinking is this is a world. It doesn't have schools. It seems to be a more socialist society than we currently are. A lot less of a focus on capitalism. Like, there are people with jobs, obviously, but it's not like people are out in the streets enjoying their lives a lot of the time.
You have to understand that they're not exactly being subtle about that, Rusty. The last 3 major villains have all been CEOs.
Right. But my overall point being, in a world like that, where you are much, much less restrained by the need for just making money in order to survive, you kind of get to do what you want. To be a researcher, you research. Yep. You just do it in that kind of a world.
The post-game kind of implies that she became a researcher after she published her book, which is more or less analogous to how it works in, our world.
Yeah. So I think from a very, very basic point of view, putting on a lab coat makes you a researcher.
Yeah.
In this kind of a world where, like, is there a college that we've seen ever? We've seen some elementary schools.
Professor Oak framing his degree or anything.
Right. So, yeah. Yeah, putting on a lab coat makes you a professor. That's it for tonight. We will see you guys next week.
Yep.
And we will see you on Sunday.
Yep.
Ian is going to start his Birth by Sleep run, I believe, as Aqua.
Yep.
And on Wednesday, hopefully, Nathan will be finishing his Let's Go Eevee.
Things will have to go catastrophically wrong for us not to stop for next week to not be our last streak.
You've got a cave and 4 fights.
Yeah. 5 fights.
Well, yeah, you're right. Bye.
Bye.